What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. Lately, I've been making a lot of these videos where we've been talking about PC components and how I think if you're on console, you can leverage the market to get yourself a PC that is comparable, or in some cases, as we're now going to see hopefully pretty soon when the new graphics card that I've bought for this purpose, arrives, a PC that is better than the PS5 and Series X. Because we know the components in them, we know what their comparative devices on the PC side is, even though they're not necessarily the same. But if you look at, say, 6750 XT is a better GPU than the 6600 non-XT comparison in the PS5. The Ryzen 5 5500 is better than the 4800S, which is the CPU that is in the Xbox Series X. So these specs are very, very good to be able to know, okay, I could just spend yay amount of money and be better than the console because I have that flexibility. You can even upgrade if you want when you have some more money. You can trade what you have and get yourself a brand new device because there is a used market on PC that many people, they raise their nose against because it's like, oh, it's the used market. It's not going to provide the same quality and so on and so forth. But ladies and gentlemen, this is actually the market that has set the PC platform aside because the variety in terms of the people who produce these devices, Dell, Lenovo, HP, Asus, Acer, and more, are more than the Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo Switch that are still holding the ranks right now in terms of the big players. And seeing how even some of these other companies like Valve, MSI, Dell, Asus and Lenovo are coming into the handheld business. I don't think Nintendo is going to have the hold on the market that handhelds do as they once did, especially with the Switch 2 coming. It needs a better offering more than just the games, because if it doesn't have that, I'm sorry to say, a lot of people might hold on to their Switch if their games are still going to be compatible on there, and the console may find it hard in this new space that has now become a thing, but that is a discussion for another time. So what's up with this used market? Well, when I first built my computer, I dipped my toes into the system. I did not go crazy. I kept my PlayStation 4, and I'm sure many of you who may be thinking about coming to console right now, to PC right now, you don't necessarily want to trade your experience because you don't really know how that's going to be. And I understand. So what I did was I built myself one of the most affordable PCs that I could get my hands on at the time. It was called the Bozon 3.0. It was a PC build that Austin Evans put together, and it was a very nice, affordable build. It was somewhere around $350. I bought all the parts as he recommended it, even down to the case. I finally threw that case away because I lost the backplate in a move, but it was such a nice case. I kept the power supply in the case. The case comes with the power supply attached to it. Let me go ahead and pause the video here so I can show you what I mean. So the case already had everything. If you look on the top here, where my mouse is, the power supply is right here. It comes with the fan. I bought the motherboard and CPU and the GPU that he recommended. And all it is literally putting the CPU in the motherboard, putting the fan, putting 4 screws, screwing down the motherboard with 4 to 6 screws, and then connecting your cables in the proper way. There's instruction on exactly how to do it. And then you put your GPU, connect your GPU power cable, close out your hard drive. Yes, you have to have a hard drive, but that's also a cable connection that you can mount in a hard drive bay, which is right here, or you can mount a SSD in this old school case. Very simple. If you can put together a jigsaw puzzle that has anything that's 50 pieces or more, you can build a computer. If you can put a Lego set together that has 50 pieces or more, you can follow the instructions and build a computer. It's not really that difficult. However, when I bought these components and built the PC, the game I wanted to play was Tom Clancy's The Division 1, and I wasn't getting the 60 FPS that I actually moved to PC to get, because on PlayStation 4, the game ran at 30 FPS. So I went ahead and said, let me just use the same knowledge, and I did the research, and I bought me an i5 because that system was on an AMD FX back in the day when AMD was basically taking the L's in terms of PC components. They were trying their best, but now they've become dominant in the market, and that's really changed the whole PC paradigm. So I went ahead and got me a new device. I got a different GPU, RX 480 4 gigs, and that completely did the job. I started doing content creation as well, and that PC allowed for me to do it. However, when I was going to build my second PC, I did not go to the brand new parts market. I went straight to the used market because I know that's exactly where the deals are. Now that I had the knowledge, armed with, basically what it is that I've been able to kind of accomplish from building a computer, I was like, okay, what's on the used market. So the used market has very interesting selections. You can buy GPUs here. You can even buy certified refurbished GPUs here. I'm going to show you guys here very soon. And sorry for the flashbang. I need to find how to do dark mode on eBay. But Lenovo is one of the more, I would say, clutch manufacturers, because they sell these Xeon PCs, which are, used as servers for companies. And when the companies basically are, maybe upgrading, they'll put a lot of these things on sale on the used market, or they'll sell them, maybe give them to, companies that would destroy them or whatever. And many times they make their way out into the wild. I don't necessarily know the process, but they're not stolen. I know someone's be like, oh, but they're being stolen. No, they don't want them anymore. I mean, literally, these things have to come out of a building. Somebody had to move them out to somewhere. And they make their way on eBay. You can leverage eBay's refund policy to make sure you buy something that doesn't necessarily bother you. And for as little as $200, in some cases less, you can buy yourself a massive machine that has a lot of capability in terms of power, and you can put a GPU into these things, and you have yourself a gaming PC. You can upgrade the hard drive, you can reinstall Windows, and these things are going to serve you very well. And a lot of people actually use them. If you go on YouTube, you'll see a lot of builds that people have done using these. Another thing too that you can do is you can buy GPUs. MSI is one that I know that actually does have, a pipeline. Let's do this. MSI GPU. They have a pipeline where they have a company that refurbishes their MSI GPUs. And this particular company pretty much will go ahead and take their items and put them on eBay. And the name of the company, this is called Refurbished MSI. I think, let me see. The name of this company is called Starlit Partner. That's their name. We're going to go on their page right now. You can see that this is a company that actually does have, GPUs that is backed by the MSI, guarantee in a sense. You can basically return and refund your items. I bought a GPU from them one time. It was an AMD GPU, had a problem. I returned it. You can go ahead and buy yourself another one. They have like a selection of graphics cards, monitors, motherboards, and all kinds of stuff. And these now come with the manufacturer backing. If you wanted to basically say, okay, I want to get something from the used market that's less expensive than the brand new market, and put together something with a little bit of guarantees. So you can buy your other stuff brand new. You can buy your CPU brand new. You can buy your motherboard brand new. You can buy your case and your power supply and all that. And then if you look at the GPU market and you're like, man, I can get more power for less, like the 2080 Ti and some of these other old school GPUs that are very strong, you can use the refurbished market to be able to get them. Acer, I think it's Asus or Acer. Let me see, what is that monitor over there? Acer, yes. Acer also has an eBay store. Which they sell PC components as well. This is also where you can actually get some Acer refurbished items as well. My 4K monitor for my 4090 build, I literally bought it on eBay. Now, the warranties may vary, but hey, I've had the thing for a year and it's still working fine. I mean, I'm looking at it here. In fact, if you guys were watching my videos during Spider-Man when I was using my camera, it had that monitor was in the frame. So you could see that monitor was on and in the frame and it was working. So this is a market that a lot of people have not necessarily highlighted. A lot of console owners don't really know about because, we're used to buying a brand new device and, there's a little bit of hesitation and stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, this is something that I believe has basically changed the game over the last few years that a lot of people do not know. A lot of these PC components, when people are doing their upgrades, they make their way into the used market platform. They're not necessarily just going to be sitting on people's shelves, and many of them are in good working condition. I have a GTX 1070 that I bought years ago. Somebody was selling two for very cheap, and I actually chased it down, and I bought both of them. And then eventually ended up selling one for, and I made my money back pretty much on, what I paid for it. Well, actually, I made a decent amount of money when I sold one of them, but I kept the other one. So a GTX 1070, a very solid device. It can still run a lot of your old school games. It used to be one of the top notch 8 gigabytes graphics cards that you could get your hands on. And so this is, in my opinion, something that you're going to have to basically say, okay, if this is the direction I want to go, I have this option. Now, there are some caveats. I have bought some duds in the past. However, when you're buying, you want to make sure that you have And if you don't have the, the risk tolerance, you want to make sure that you have the guarantees in place. Basically, sometimes you can buy a GPU that's used that still has warranty. Now, check it out. GPU with warranty, people that have warranty on there will advertise the parts and also give you the serial number. That way you can actually go and check the manufacturer's website to see if this thing is still under warranty. That's one way that you can actually go ahead and get a device that's not going to do you in, and then now you're out of money. So this is also another thing that you can do. I remember I had a GTX 980 at one time and I wanted to sell it. I put it on eBay. It still had warranty on there. And I listed it and said still had 6 or 7 months of warranty. And I listed the thing. I put my phone down. I did something on my computer. By the time I looked up, somebody had already copped it. It was insane how fast that moved from my hands. I was like, man, I should have probably priced this thing like, $40, $50 more. But these are a lot of things that you see. My GTX 1080 Ti, I bought it also from eBay, but they had warranty. Well, behold, when it arrived, it was broken. I called EVGA. I said, hey, EVGA, your GPU is broken. Or I called eBay. eBay was like, if EVGA doesn't give you another one, we're going to give you your money back. So EVGA said that we're going to hook you up. They hooked me up with a better GTX 1080 Ti than the one that I even bought because they didn't have that same one in place. Also, I did this with a GTX 980 Ti. I bought it from a kid, and I checked the warranty. When I plugged it in, it wasn't working. I called EVGA. I said, EVGA, your GPU is not working. Oh, God bless EVGA. They no longer make GPUs anymore. And EVGA was like, well, what happened, to the GPU? I was like, I don't know. I just bought it on Facebook just now. They were like, okay, go ahead and send it in. We'll send you another one. They sent me another one. So, ladies and gentlemen, the fear is from the unknown. I think that's what it is. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to deconstruct this fear so that people do not use that as the metric that they're going to pretty much, use to judge the entirety of, PC gaming. Sometimes fear of the unknown is worse than the unknown itself, if you kind of think about it. And I'm trying, here to basically give the information that's needed. Not saying that I'm recommending this. I'm just saying that you have the option to be able to make the choice if it's something that you want to do. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. And please, I don't want to hear all this complaining of, oh, who's going to have the time to do this? If they don't have the time, that's their business. If you have the time nonetheless, you can win. Thanks for watching. Peace out.